Welcome to Without Regret, the podcast. This podcast is for people who are looking for inspiration to overcome obstacles in life and want to see that it is possible to live your best life and become successful, whatever that means to you, regardless of your circumstances. Hear from me and my guests as we share our stories of perseverance. My name is Tamara, and I'm the host of Without Regret, the podcast. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are and when you're listening to this episode. This is a bonus episode, just introducing season 3. I took a little time off for the holidays and completely intended to post an episode and thank all of my wonderful, amazing guests that I had on last season. It was amazing. It was incredible. Podmatch has been unbelievable for this podcast, and I could not have done it without them. But now we're on to season 3. And this season, I really want to bring some new perspectives on things, not just talk only to survivors, but also talk to some experts in the fields of mental health, the public mental health system, and how to navigate it and what we can do to improve it because it's terrible. I want to talk to experts in, trauma recovery and things like that. So our first episode is going to feature someone who not only is a survivor herself, but she advocates as an HR professional for people who are, experiencing workplace abuse and helps people understand how they can navigate it, what they can do. And she's not your typical HR person. She is unbelievable. And through her, I met another person who has expertise. I say expertise, she says she's not an expert, but as far as I'm concerned, she is. She's done extensive studying in the field of narcissism and really feels passionate about, narcissistic abuse in the workplace as well. So she's on a mission to culturally change organizations and starting one organization at a time. So she was amazing. We're with several new guests already. I've already got my, schedule out till the beginning of April. So it's a jam-packed season. I'm probably going to throw some episodes in, in between where needed. So not just every other week on Tuesdays now. It's going to be, potentially every week on Tuesday. I just have that much content. So welcome to season 3. And next week, you're going to have Kimberly Williams, who is that HR specialist I was just talking about. We'll have her episode next week. And so just keep your ears and eyes peeled for these episodes. And I cannot wait for this season. So thank you so much. Also, look for me on social media. I just started my TikTok back up, so it's at Without Regret, the podcast. I think I should double check that. I will do that real quick. But all right, guys, here's the real. So TikTok is at Without_Regret_podcast. Facebook is /Without_Regret podcast. No spaces. Instagram at Without_Regret_podcast. Website withoutregretpodcast.com. Email Tamara at withoutregretpodcast.com. And YouTube at Without Regret, the podcast. All right. One of these days I'll get it all straight. So I want to interact more with my listeners this season. So please look me up out there on all the socials. And I really am, again, looking forward to season 3. Very excited for the season. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you to the people who made me, according to Spotify, their #1 podcast. What? I was not expect that. And in the top 10 podcasts for several listeners too. So huge growth this last season. So we're going to blow it out of the water this season. Are you with me? All right, let's do this. Cool. Have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, again, whatever it is. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Without Regret, the podcast. I really appreciate it. And I'd like to ask you to please like and subscribe. Leave me a review wherever you get your podcast. That would be really awesome because that's how my podcast is going to get noticed. So that would be a huge help, or share it on your social media would be awesome as well. Thank you so much.